Howdy do y'all, this is John, and today we are talking about Mafia: The Old Country, a new video game that just got released not too long ago by 2K Entertainment. And in Mafia: The Old Country, it deals with Enzo Favara, a Caruso who escaped slave work from these mines, who then runs into the Teresi crime family and becomes a soldier for them. But as things go on, loyalties are tested, especially after Enzo falls in love with the Don's daughter, Isabella, and tensions begin to just get higher and higher. It's a classic tale of love, betrayal, loyalty, and honor. Okay, so to get things started, first and foremost, what I love about this video game: the four main characters, Enzo, Cheshire, Isabella, and Luca. They're the heart and soul of this game and the story that they're telling in this game. Without any of these characters, the narrative doesn't work. And like I said, everything regarding the narrative of this game, these characters are important too. Enzo in particular is a great character. He is a man with moral values. You understand his mindset very much. The guy's a brute when he has to be, but also at the same time, he's not truly heartless. His romance with Isabella is proof positive of it. He only wants Isabella, nobody else. I'd also like to give props to some of the voice actors, in particular Riccardo Frascari. I probably butchered his name, sorry about that. And also Karina Conti. Those two voiced Enzo and Isabella. And like the amount of work they put into those two characters from a voice cast perspective is incredible. I don't think those characters would have worked without them. So, if either of you two are watching this, which I honestly doubt, but if either of you two are, great job. Your characters needed you. The voice acting in the game in general, though, I should also point this out, is really good. I just wanted to give those two a shout out because they were the best of them. And I don't think, the game would have worked as well without at least those two. Now, in terms of the graphics of the game, the graphics in the game are incredible. This was done entirely using Unreal Engine. And, Unreal Engine, it may not be the RE engine, which is personally my favorite game development engine, although only Capcom uses them. But the Unreal Engine is real dang good, and this game shows it. Everything is as lifelike as the animators could get them, and even when people are talking, regardless of whether or not it was a cutscene, you could see their mouths moving, and most of the time it looked like it was in sync with what they were saying, which is very impressive. Not saying there are not glitches in the Matrix. There were a couple times when it did, look like an old video game where, their mouths weren't moving at all or anything. But those were few and far between. Most of the time, their mouths were moving, their facial, reactions and stuff were all in sync with what was going on and what they were saying. Now, how is the narrative? The narrative is great. This is a classical narrative, that you would expect to see from like a Coppola movie or a Scorsese movie, not a video game. It's about this young guy who was saved by, the Dawn, and felt the need to repay him for saving his life. And in doing so, he gets embroiled with the Mafia. As things go on, like I said, loyalties are tested, betrayals happen, the whole game ends on a tragic note, and, you're just in there wishing that things were different. But also at the same time, it was inevitable, and to be quite honest, best for the story. Now, in terms of problems with the game, I would argue the only real issue with it was there were some glitches in the matrix, so to speak. One of the gameplay bugs, for some reason, I was, fighting these bandits, and I literally shot one of them at point blank range with a shotgun. That should have killed him instantly, and somehow I missed. Somehow I missed all 3 of those shots, even though he was right in front of me and I was shooting him point blank. I had a shotgun. In real life, I would have hit him. There were also times when I was supposed to talk to somebody or, go into a certain building, and when I went there, for some reason, the no notification saying press this button would not pop up. I'm just standing there waiting because I can't open the door or talk to the person without hitting this button, and it's not showing up. Very annoying. However, those bugs aside, I enjoyed the heck out of this game. I remember when the Mafia trilogy, the original Mafia trilogy, came out when I was a kid. I wanted to play them then. My parents were just like, no. And honestly, this is my first time playing one of these games, this prequel. And all it did was make me want to play the originals, finally. And I mean that in a good way, because I enjoyed this experience a heck of a lot. And, now I want to play more. So guys, at the end of the day, Mafia, the Old Country, I loved this game. I thought it was great. It was near perfect. You love the lead characters. The actors playing, 2 particular characters, Ricardo and Karina, who voiced Enzo and Isabella. They both did a wonderful job. The graphics are great. The narrative, it felt like a Coppola movie or Scorsese movie in video game format, and that is a huge positive. I enjoyed the crap out of this game. There were some bugs. I should point that out. There were some bugs, but other than that, there really wasn't anything that really destroyed my enjoyment of this game. I am going to give Mafia, the Old Country, a 9. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please look forward to more videos real soon. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And don't forget, I do have a secondary channel where I do gaming content on it. I have been playing the Resident Evil 2 remake on it. Please go check it out. And as per usual, please remember, the Badetsky will return.